G'day and welcome back to the RC and Drone News, another edition for your enlightenment and hopefully entertainment. Now I've got a few things on the list today. First of all, if you live in the US of A, that's America, North America, US of A, well, there's been one little change proposed by the FAA. Until now, you have had to put the registration number, that's your pilot's registration number, on your drone, and you can stick it inside on the battery compartment, no problems at all. But the FAA says that's too unsafe. We can't allow people to do that. So they are now changing the rules so that you will have to have your registration number on the outside of the model or the outside of the drone. And it has to be readily accessible and maintained in a condition that is readable and legible upon close inspection. So you don't have to have great big letters, but if your drone or model lands somewhere and someone comes along, they have to be able to read the number clearly and legibly. And the rationale for this change, the reason why they are going to make this change is because they're concerned. The FAA are concerned, I think, or police and that are concerned that if they find a drone and they have to open the battery compartment to see what the serial number is, it could explode in their faces. Yes, there could be a bomb inside the drone that would be triggered by opening the battery compartment. So that's why they want this change. Of course, I'm not going there. Anyway, so that's the reason. Bombs, because as we know, drones with bombs have killed so many people in the USA recently. Right, moving right along. New Zealand. That's where I live. I'm so proud of this. In New Zealand, a Chinese tourist, 72-year-old Chinese tourist, had got spoken to by police because he was flying his drone in Fox Glacier, which is a tourist spot where there's a lot of helicopter action. So yeah, not a good place to fly a drone. In fact, there are signs around saying no drone flying. But I guess the Chinese gentleman wasn't very good at reading English or understanding hieroglyphs. So he flew his drone over a hangar, of all places, according to the news reports. And so the police spoke to him and said, don't do it, please. Our police, not too bad sometimes, pretty good. And then the newspapers published a report. And apparently the police have said, if you see someone flying a drone near an airfield, dial 111, which is the New Zealand equivalent of 911 or 999 in the UK, whatever. It's the emergency number. It's the number you call when life is in imminent danger. So if you see someone flying a drone near an airport or around a place where aircraft are, dial the emergency number. He's got a drone! Quick, call the SWAT team. I mean, a case of huge overreaction. Now, in New Zealand, police have enough trouble with resourcing that they don't always attend burglaries, and even violent crimes sometimes get neglected because there's just not enough police to go around. So I don't think it was a good idea of the police to say, call our emergency number if you see a drone. Anyway, don't understand the problem, do they? It's the problem with the world today. Now, in the UK, as we know, there was an air navigation order put out recently which extended the boundary around airfields to 5 kilometres. Not allowed to fly within 5 kilometres of an airport. And you're not allowed to fly within controlled airspace without permission. Initially, it was all drones and RPAS, all remotely piloted aircraft weighing more than 250 grams were covered by this air navigation order. And then the UK decided, well, what about the little ones? Okay, so they issued an update, which means that everything, regardless of size or weight, has to fall into this thing. You can't fly within 5 kilometres of an airport, which is patently stupid. Because what about kids with their little thing? In fact, the silliness of this is that if mum and dad buy little Johnny a toy helicopter for his birthday or for Christmas, and they live in the parts of the UK where it's controlled airspace or within 5 kilometres of an airport, Mum is going to have to ring up air traffic control and get clearance for Johnny to fly his little helicopter in the backyard below the treetops in the little fenced area. That's the way the rule now reads. So there's a petition going in the UK. And Ian has asked me to mention this on my drone news. So here we go. There's a petition. I'll put a link in the description of this video. Go there. If you're in the UK, sign the petition that says, don't be stupid. Let models and drones under 250 gram be exempt from this ridiculous restriction for such tiny craft. So go and read the petition, and if you agree with it, put your name to it. Hopefully it'll get some weight. It's about 600 signatures as of this morning, so hopefully we can double that number. Go and do it. Do it now. Right, what else have we got here? Oh yes, on the subject of exclusion zones around airports in the UK, DJI are beefing up their geofencing. Yes, DJI, the company that says, we're in favour of regulations and then provides drones that will fly 4 or 5 miles way beyond visual line of sight and says, oh, that's good. DJI, I don't know about DJI. They the left hand doesn't know what the right hand's doing. They say on the one hand they're all in favour of safety and the responsible use of drones, yet they'll let you fly beyond visual line of sight. And here at the airfield where I am, they have a geofence around the airfield. Now, our airfield is 1 kilometre from end to end, and they have a geofence, and it means that you cannot fly within 500 metres of the centre of the airfield. So effectively, you can't fly out to the sides of the airfield where it's quite legal and safe to do so, but you can actually take off and fly your DJI drone right on the threshold where the planes are coming in. That's like really seriously, but they reckon they're fixing this problem because they're working with a UK company called Altitude Angel. Very good place to get information about whether you can and can't fly and NOTAMs and all this stuff. I really highly recommend you download their app. I'll put a link to Altitude Angel in the description. Go and check out the website. Go and see what they offer. It's fantastic. It's way better than air maps, way better than any other system I've seen. So support them by loading up their app on your smart device and using it. Important that you use it. Anyway, they're working with DJI, this company, and they are going to provide DJI with extra information because DJI's geofencing is a pretty blunt weapon, and a tiny blunt weapon at that. So DJI, with the new information, can do things like extend the range of the geofence off the ends of a runway, which is really, really good sense. You know, safety-wise, that's a really good idea. But you can't rely on even this new geofencing to keep you out of trouble because in the UK, there's a 5-kilometre circle around an airfield, but DJI are going to make a bow tie shaped thing so you can still fly within 5 kilometres by the sound of it and still get yourself in big trouble even though DJI are beefing up their geofencing. And I can see why DJI are doing that. They don't want to restrict people from flying their drones, so they let them break the rules so they can fly in places where they shouldn't. We've got the sales and marketing team versus the safety team, and sales and marketing is winning. And if you don't like geofencing, don't buy a DJI product. Buy something else or build something. Simple solution. And meanwhile, in Portugal, a drone flyer has been fined, I think, about 3,900 euros, which is a lot of money. There isn't that many Kiwi pesos in the world, so he's been fined a huge amount of money because his, I think it was a GoPro camera, landed in the middle of an active runway at Portugal's busy airport. Oh no! I mean, yeah, you can understand the severity of that incident is very high on the scale of things. So he's got a 3,900 euro fine, but that's under the air regulations. He also faces a prosecution under other regulations. It could see him end up spending 5 years in jail. 5 years in jail because, you know, you can understand it because it's only a matter of time, as we say. So yeah, that's really, really stingy handouts. I mean, a lot of other countries are giving token fines and things. Portugal, they're really serious. They're going to, really knock you out and possibly throw you in jail for being an idiot with a drone. The guy should have known better. Right. What else do I have here? That's it. I think that's all the news that I've got. Woohoo, there you go. So a reminder, now something to be noted here, the UK quickly updated the air navigation order to include craft below 250 grams and the change to airport exclusion zones. Now Canada, as far as I'm aware, haven't updated their regulations to bring the sub-250s into the general regulatory framework. So I wonder if they're going to do it before they actually implement the rules in the middle of this year. I hope they don't, because I know that the sub-250 class is going to really explode in Canada because people will be able to really continue enjoying the hobby. And as you've seen, if you're watching this channel, I'm having a ball with a sub-250 FPV craft. Absolute ball. And just for the record, I haven't hurt anybody. I haven't damaged any property. I haven't brought down any airliners. I haven't even scared anyone with my sub-250 FPV craft. So it is safe. It's totally safe. And if the regulators in Canada decide to get all upsy and introduce, basically say, oh, we missed that. No, all drones have to abide by the rules. Then I think a lot of people will be very peed off, and I think compliance will be an issue in Canada. So hopefully they did that on purpose, excluded the sub-250 from the regulatory framework, and hopefully it wasn't just a mistake like they did in the UK. We'll wait and see. So there you go. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned, more drone news. If you've got an item of drone or RC news, then send it in to me and I will include it. Like Ian wanted that petition highlighted. Yeah, I'm happy to serve the community by letting you know important things that you should know. Things especially related to regulations, but also safety and just general things. Maybe you've got a big fly-in and you want to get a bit of promotion. I'm happy to. I'll do a little calendar. You know what's coming up this week or this month in the world of model flying. Let's make this little segment a valuable asset to the model flying community. There you go. Thanks for watching. don't forget, I've got swag coming soon. So the t-shirt I'm wearing will say something different, right? Won't just say this, even though it's very true. So stay tuned and I'll give you details of the swag. And you can go out and support the channel by buying yourself a hat, a cup, a t-shirt, a mug, or an anti-aircraft drone. Up to you. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.